The House will come to order. Today, the Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Representative Wilson, House District 20.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Please join me for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Schiebel, please call the roll.
Representatives Amabile, Armagast, Bacon, Byrd, Bockenfeld, Basenecker, Bottoms, Bradfield, Bradley, Brown, Catlin, Clifford, Rep Clifford,
Excused.
Doherty, DeGraff,
Did you get Bockenfeld?
Yes, Representative Buckenfeld. Thank you.
Degree Kennedy, Duran, English, Rep English,
Excused.
Epps,
Here.
Evans, Frizzell, Froelich, Garcia, Rep Garcia,
Excused.
Hamrick, Hartsook, Hernandez, Harrod, Representative Harrod,
Excused.
Holtorf, Judah, Joseph,
Here.
Kip, Rep Kip, Leader, Lindsay, Linstead, Rep Luck is excused, Lukens, Lynch, Representative Lynch,
Excused.
Mabry, Marshall, Martinez, Marvin, Rep Morrow, McCormick, McLaughlin, Ortiz,
Here.
Parenti, Puglisi, Ricks is excused, Rutinel, Rep Rutinel, Sirota, Snyder, Soper, Story, Taggart, Titone, Valdez A, Rep Valdez,
Excused.
Velasco, Vigil, Vigil's present, Weinberg, Weissman, Wilford, Wilson, Winter, Woodrow, Young, and Madam Speaker.
Here. With 59 present, 6 excused, we do have a quorum. Representative Wilson.
Madam Speaker, I move that the Journal of Wednesday, January 24th, 2024 be approved as corrected by the Chief Clerk.
Members will ask you to keep your conversations to a low roar, please. Members, you've heard the motion that the journal be approved as corrected by the Chief Clerk. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. No. The ayes really do have it. The motion is adopted. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to proceed out of order for the consideration of resolutions.
Members, I will ask you to take your seats. We do have business today. Seeing no objection, we will proceed out of order for consideration of resolutions. Mr. Schiebel, please read the title. Members, please take your seats. Thank you. Mr. Schiebel, please read the title to House Joint Resolution 1005.
House Joint Resolution 1005 by Representatives Titone and Weinberg, also Senators Bridges and Henriksen, concerning requesting that the Federal Trade Commission facilitate the use of repairability scores that indicate to consumers the repairability of electronic devices.
Representative Titone.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move House Joint Resolution 1005 and ask that it be read at length.
Thank you. Mr. Schiebel, please read our resolution.
Whereas, according to the e-waste monitors of the United Nations Institute for Training and Research, more than 59 million tons of used electronic devices, equal to the weight of 161 Empire State Buildings, are disposed of each year worldwide. And whereas the Federal Environmental Protection Agency reports that electronic waste is now the fastest growing part of the municipal waste stream in the United States. And whereas Colorado consumers do not have easy access to trusted information concerning the repairability and longevity of electronic devices and are unable to consult such information before purchasing or seeking repair of electronic devices. And whereas the commissioners of the Federal Trade Commission voted unanimously in July 2021 to closely coordinate with state law enforcement and policymakers to update existing law and regulation to advance the goal of open repair markets. And whereas a study cited in the Commission's May 2021 Nixing and Fixing report states that the lack of information concerning durable and repairable products causes an asymmetry in the market balance and leaves consumers unable to make the best buying decisions regarding their own needs. And whereas open repair markets allow manufacturers to voluntarily assign repair scores for electronic devices such as laptops, phones, and appliances for the purpose of advising consumers regarding the repairability of such devices. And whereas repair scores function similarly to energy guide labels by providing consumers a 1 to 10 score that reflects the availability of spare parts, ease of disassembly, and longevity of support that is associated with an electronic device, thereby informing consumers who seek to repair rather than replace such products. And whereas repairability scores are a critical tool for consumers whose budgets are squeezed by rising prices. According to the Public Interest Research Group, an average American family spends about $1,700 on new electronics per year. And an open repair market for electronic devices could save American families a combined $49 billion annually by empowering them to repair rather than replace such devices. And whereas Samsung's research on existing repair scores in France showed that 86% of surveyed French customers said that repair scores affect their purchasing behavior, and 80% indicated they would give up their favorite electronic device for a more repairable electronic device. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the House of Representatives of the 74th General Assembly of the State of Colorado, the Senate concurring herein, that in order to promote consumer choices, the General Assembly requests that the Federal Trade Commission establish criteria that manufacturers of electronic devices may use to voluntarily assign repairability scores to such devices, which scores range from 1 to 10 and may be displayed to consumers at point of sale. That the Commission periodically update such criteria, and that the Commission, in establishing and updating the criteria, include consideration of the free and public availability of technical documents regarding electronic device, the ease of disassembly of an electronic device, the availability of spare parts for an electronic device, the price of spare parts for an electronic device, the length of time that a manufacturer offers software support for an electronic device, and other criteria specific to certain categories of electronic devices.
Representative Titone.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Mr. Schiebel, for reading the resolution. So thank you, members. Many of you here and in the Senate have signed on as co-sponsors to this resolution because we're sending a message to the FTC, something that they've already done work on. They've already agreed that this is something they want. There's a public comment period ongoing right now, ending on February 2nd. On this topic. So we find this as an opportunity to send a message that the state of Colorado and the people we represent would benefit from saving some money and saving the environment by having more information about the products that they buy. When the consumer is empowered by having the information, they can make the choices that are best for them. If the washing machine can't be fixed and it's a little cheaper, maybe that's okay for that purchase, but maybe the more expensive one will last a little bit longer and have a lesser cost over time. And the consumer needs to know that, so they can save a little bit of money, buy the more expensive one, and then have a more savings over time. This is good for everyone's pocket. It's going to save Coloradans money, and if the FTC does this, it's going to save Americans across the country money. This is an opportunity for us to speak our minds on this issue and think about the resources that we would save by fixing our devices. We talk a lot about the resources that go into electronics and how more scarce and more control they are by foreign governments. Fixing devices reduces our dependence on these materials going into these new chips. We can reuse things, we can fix them and prolong our devices for longer. So I hope that you'll support this. I know a lot of folks, as I said, are co-sponsors, and if you're not a co-sponsor, maybe you'll consider that.
Representative Weinberg,
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It's an honor to serve with you.
and an honor to serve with you.
Fellow colleagues, this is an excellent consumer protections bill. Consumer education should be at the forefront of every single thing we do in this chamber. I truly urge an aye vote, and I, as my co-sponsor here, ask you to co-sponsor with us as well. Let's show everybody how we can actually protect our consumers here in Colorado.
Representative DeGraff.
It's good to be back. Thank you, Madam Speaker. So we're going to start off the year with a blank slate to a request by a government agency to make a redundant program. 86% of the people in France said the repair scores influence. So there's already a system in place. There are other systems in place. We have things like consumers reports. We have Yelp. We have all kinds of online reviews. Pick an appliance, and then you can find those criteria that are important to you. I would say this is going to things that you should probably be leery of. One, it's a request by the FTC. So the request by the FTC is not Colorado sending the Federal Trade Commission a message that we would like this. This is acquiescing to a Federal Trade Commission request that they delve into and expand their operations even more. That expansion comes at a cost. So ease of disassembly, how's that going to work when that voids your warranty? There's a lot of things that come with a sticker on them because there's a lot of people probably in this room that don't know how to change a light bulb, and they should not be taking apart appliances. So when you're going to start doing this, you gotta realize this is going to drive up costs. This is going to do so much of the opposite. The Energy Star, I would say, has had the opposite effect. Well, one, if you want to lower prices, you should get over your climate gullibility and realize that the individual has 1 part in 1 trillionth of the greenhouse gas effect. I've sent you all the
Representative
numbers.
DeGraff,
Yes, ma'am.
the reference to climate gullibility implies and is offensive to members in this room about their knowledge of climate, so I would ask you to refrain from using that phrase. Thank you.
Well, I've tried to educate everybody, ma'am. So, Energy Star, what is it? What is the Energy Star? What does the Energy Star do from an engineering standpoint? What I'd say the Energy Star does is to drive up a level of efficiency, just like it does with vehicles. Why vehicles are so much more expensive is because you're trying to artificially drive up a level of efficiency, and the only way to drive up that level of efficiency is to cut down on your factors of safety. or your factors of safety or your redundancy or things like that. And what that leads to quite often is a more rapid failure. An example I would give you is the dishwasher in my in-law's parents' home. It's been there for 20 years. That works great. I bought a New York dishwasher a couple years ago, and for the reason of a couple graphene bushings, graphene is a carbide, very hard, but it does wear out. And then the pump wore out. So it's very much a for the nail, the horseshoe was lost for the. So what I ended up doing, I had to replace the entire dishwasher because the higher levels of efficiency caused the dishwasher to fail. So the overall savings on energy were overall negated within 2 years. So this has the opposite effect. The numbers that are given are speculative. The rising cost, the Energy Star drives higher prices, most likely prices. I just bought a new furnace. These Energy Star ratings, they do require, it's interesting because in order to get a rebate from the government, you have to have a 97% efficiency furnace, which is going to require, which costs about $3,000 or $4,000 more, which in the lifetime of your furnace will never pay for itself. So you're spending, to meet these Energy Star requirements, you're spending more money, more energy, more material, at risk of a higher failure rate because of increased complexity. I would argue that these good intentions are further paving the road to hell. You are going to regret all of this. We have means for it. It's going to drive up prices. It's going to drive down availability. All of those. Guarantee it. And these things that voluntarily repairable, and then what are they going to do? So right now we're giving them, this resolution would be asking the FTC to expand their operations with a blank slate that they get to define, and then occasionally update the criteria. Well, voluntarily, I can cross that word out right now. That was pretty quick. That will come pretty rapidly. It won't be voluntarily. There's an agenda behind this. Guarantee it. Ease of disassembly, you're going to void your warranty. I'd really urge a no vote on this resolution, and don't be in a hurry to give an unaccountable bureaucracy more power. Thank you.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion before us is the adoption of House Joint Resolution 1005. Mr. Schiebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Bockenfeld, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Bockenfeld votes no. Representative Ortiz, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Ortiz votes yes. Representative Joseph, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Joseph votes yes. Representative Epps, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Epps votes yes. Representative Garcia, that's a $2 fine. Please close the machine. With 48 aye, 14 no, and 3 excused, House Joint Resolution 1005 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Representative Ortiz, co-sponsors. Please close the machine. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that House Bill 24-1032 and House Bill 24-1020 be made special orders on Thursday, January 25th, 2024, at 9:20 a.m.
Seeing no objection, the bills listed by the Majority Leader will be made special orders on Thursday, January 25th, 2024 at 9:20 a.m. Assistant Majority Leader Bacon. Members, you have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. The motion passes. Assistant Majority Leader Bacon will take the chair.
Someone named Susie McKinney.
What?
Do you know a Susie McKinney?
No, why?
All right, the committee will come to order. With your unanimous consent, the bills will be read by title unless there's a request for a reading a bill at length. Committee reports are printed and in your bill folders. Floor amendments will be shown on the screen and on your iPads. Bills will be laid over upon motion of the Majority Leader, and the court rule is relaxed. Mr. Schiebel, please read the title to House Bill 1032.
House Bill 1032 by Representatives Lynch and Duran, also Senators Janal and Will, concerning an extension of the time for implementation of the Wild Horse Population Management Program.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move House Bill 24-1032.
To the bill.
No, go ahead.
Mr. Minority Leader. Representative Lynch.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair. So as somebody who has had various experiences with horses, even tame ones, I still come to make sure that we do what we can for the wild ones. And for those of you that weren't paying attention last year, this is a really unique program that we have here in the state of Colorado, where we have identified that, quite frankly, the federal government has dropped the ball in helping us manage our wild horse population in the state. So what that resulted in is what is Colorado's wild horse population program, which was a bill last year. I'm making this into a really big deal. This is a really simple fix, but I want to, for those of you that have not kept on top of what's going on with the wild horse program, I'm going to give you just a quick summary of it because I think you deserve it, and that is that Department of Agriculture convened a 23-member working group last fall that is really taking a good look at what we can do with our wild horse population here in the state. And that group will do multiple very safe ways of managing that population. So as they went through the road of discovering what to do with this and how the bill was laid out, that money was appropriated to be spent in a tighter timeline than was possible. And so this is a really simple, really kind of a cleanup bill that just extends the timeline of which they have to spend that money. So for those of you that don't know about this program, I would encourage you to check it out. It is a neat piece of legislation that
I'm on this bill and concerned on this bill because we need to make sure that we are preserving the grazing lands and the grazing permits that are from the state for our ranchers in the state. And we can't have wild horses eating up our grasslands. And this is an effort to make sure that we very humanely take care of that. This is a great bill. Vote yes.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, the question before us is the passage of House Bill 1032. All those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, please say no. The bill passes. Mr. Shebel, please read the title to House Bill 1020.
House Bill 1020 by Representatives Soper and Mabry, also Senators Gardner and Hansen, concerning the enactment of the Colorado Revised Statutes 2023 as the positive and statutory law of the state of Colorado.
That doesn't matter.
I'll ask Representative Mabry to speak while we look for Representative Soper. Representative Mabry.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So House Bill 1020 is a very simple bill. It is a bill that's run every year out of the Legal Services Committee. The bill is called the Enactment Bill, but a better name for it would be the Publication Bill. Basically, all this does is publish the Red Books and says that the Red Books are the positive and statutory law of Colorado. This is important because if we did not do this, all the work we did last year, there would only be prima facie evidence of all the work we did last year. This gives lawyers, courts, and all of us better tools to prove the work we did last year, and I'll pass it to my co-prime sponsor to sum up the rest.
Colleagues, we are moving very quickly today. However, please, if you can, take your conversations to the side. Welcome, Representative Soper. Would you like to move the bill?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move House Bill 24-1020. There you go.
Thank you. To the bill, Representative Soper.
And there's no Judiciary Committee report.
There's no report.
Yeah, so to the bill, and I think Representative Mayberry definitely adequately explained it. I'm just going to drive home the point that this is really the publication of the session laws within the statutes. So it does not touch substance. All it does is it means that if you're practicing law, or you're curious what the state of the law is, you just have to look to one source. If this bill does not pass, you would then have to look to two sources. We do have an example of a state that did that for 1 year, and it just caused legal and regulatory chaos, increased the burden on businesses with having to go back to their attorneys. We do not want that here in Colorado, so that's why this bill is critical, so that you only have one source of law to look to. And I'd ask for a yes vote.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Representative DeGraff.
Apart from enjoining all of the unconstitutional activity that occurred into our law, I think it's worth noting for everybody just how the speed at which this legislation, this legislative body, as opposed to a representative body, changes the law at such a rapid pace that the binding of the law, passing hundreds of bills per year, in excess of 500 in the span of 100 days, that we have to reprint those every single year. It is it's a testament to the ever accelerating encroachment on your liberty and your property by this body. It should be something that's concerned to all voters. So, just noted.
Representative Soper.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I appreciate my colleagues' comments there. Yeah, I will add one thing that over the years, I have noticed that the size of my red statute books have definitely grown on the shelf, but all this does is publishes the statutes. It doesn't change whether or not something was or was not constitutional or gets rid of anything that did or did not happen last year. All it does is it publishes it within the books.
Thank you. Seeing no further discussion, the question before us is the passage of House Bill 1020. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say no. The bill passes. Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Chair, I move the committee rise and report.
The committee, we're going to do that again, family. The committee will rise and report. That's
The House will come back to order. Mr. Shebel, please read the report of the Committee of the Whole.
Madam Speaker, your Committee of the Whole begs leave to report as under consideration the following attached bills, being the second reading thereof and making the following recommendations thereon. House Bill 1020 and 1032 passed on second reading, ordered, engrossed, and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage.
Assistant Majority Leader Bacon. Members, you have heard the motion and there are no amendments at the desk. The question before the House is the adoption of the report of the Committee of the Whole. Mr. Shebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Bockenfeld, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Bockenfeld votes yes. Representative Ortiz, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Ortiz votes yes. Representative Epps, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Epps votes yes. Representative Joseph, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Joseph votes yes. Representative Herod, $2 fine today. Representative English, please close the machine. With 48 aye, 15 no, and 2 excused, the Committee of the Whole report is adopted. Thank you, members. Just a reminder, those fines are going to start increasing. Let's all be sure to be here when we are handling business. Members, announcements and introductions. Oh, I think that was dueling hands. Representative Soper.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I just want to remind members that we have at 10:30 a meeting with the head of CPW over in room 212 as part of, like, I guess you could call it the Rural Caucus. It's not really a caucus, but any members that are interested in wolf issues and the roaming area of wolves can come over to room 212 and listen and hear an update on what's going on with all things wolves. So yeah, be there. Should be a good meeting.
Thank you. Representative Bradfield.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, we had a meeting, a caucus meeting this morning, and I would like to announce that Representative Rose Puglisi is our minority leader as of this morning. Please give her a hand.
Congratulations, Minority Leader Puglisi. Look forward to working with you on all good things for Coloradans. Representative Snyder.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. House Finance, we will not be meeting today. In fact, we will not be meeting on Monday, 1/29. Our next meeting will be on Thursday, 2/1, where we have 45 bills. Thank you.
I appreciate everyone paying attention. Thank you, Representative Snyder. Representative Woodrow.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, contrary to your calendars, State Affairs will not be meeting upon adjournment. Rep. Bockenfeld, we miss you and we wish you the best.
Representative McLaughlin.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I have a couple of things to say today. First, I'd like to welcome a group from the Denver YMCA. If you could stand so we can treat you and say hello to you. The YMCA is the largest child care provider in the state. They focus on healthy living, social responsibility, youth development. They've been here for 150 years in this state, and we want to just say thank you for all you do for all of us. So thank you. Yeah. Also, we have Youth in Government. Our president here today. Wherever Youth in Government is, they are speaking to Education Committee today. I'm not sure where they are. They're hiding. Are they? Oh, there they are. Hello, Youth in Government. So, we're happy to have you here as part of the other. Okay, so thank you. We always love when the youth come and talk with us, so you're very welcome today. So, and the next thing is from the House Services Committee, of which I am the proud chair. A couple of cleanup things for you. Please do not do Zoom meetings in the kitchen anymore because it's really hard for people who want to go in. You might be saying something they don't want to hear, and it's kind of it's a public place. It's not a private place. Nobody wants to go in there when everybody's on Zoom. So ask clerks, they will find you another spot that's quiet and private, and people can go into the refrigerator and get their things. Also, there's rumor mice are in the Capitol somewhere. We haven't seen them in here yet, but please put your food away, okay? Because they would probably like to see those bagels with cream cheese that you leave out on Fridays and don't come back until Mondays to get them, so thank you. Also, when you leave your bags on the floor, please tuck them in so that the people who are very kindly filling our files for us and doing a lot of hard work for us are not tripping down the aisle. So please make sure that you can get those bags out of the aisle. And that's it for now. Thank you.
Thank you. Representative Lindstedt.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Today we are joined by a very set of special guests. First, my former colleague on the Broomfield City Council is here, Councilmember Bruce Leslie from Broomfield. And he is joined by the Executive Board of the Broomfield Chamber of Commerce. So welcome them. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Representative Amabile.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Business will be meeting today at 1:30. I think it's in 112, not 107. And we'll be hearing two bills, House Bill 1081, House Bill 1083. And we will be starting exactly at 1:30. Thank you.
Representative Kipp.
Good morning, House Energy and Environment members. I wanted to let you know we are not meeting today. We are not meeting next Wednesday, but we will be meeting on Thursday, February 1st. So just put that in your calendar. You have a little extra free time now.
Thank you. Representative Morrow.
I just want to announce that I'm going to be excused tomorrow.
Thank you. So approved. Representative Martinez.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It's an honor to serve with you.
And an honor to serve with you.
I have permission from the Majority Leader to be excused tomorrow on 126.
So approved. Thank you. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I have an announcement that the Office of Legislative Legal Services has asked me to repeat today regarding Friday's bill introduction deadline. The introduction deadline is the date by which your bill must be delivered to the front desk. Your finalized bills will be delivered to the front desk for introduction unless you ask Legal Services to deliver the bill to you instead. If you wish to have a bill delivered directly to you instead of the front desk, you must have that bill completely finalized with your Legal Services drafter by 5 p.m. today. If your bill is delivered to you, don't forget to turn it in to the front desk no later than 4:30 Friday afternoon. I move that the House stand in recess until later today.
Seeing no objection, the House will stand in recess until later today.